I'm doing it because it's who I am. I can't control myself. I am pulled inexorably with more energy and more discernment and just an overwhelming, the word isn't possession because that has bad connotations, a complete surrender to resisting the New World Order, because all of my humanity, my very fabric, cries out against this tyranny. You can't be on the right path and not resist evil. If you don't have a burning compulsion, like some people have a compulsion to use drugs, or some people have a compulsion to have sex. And I'm a healthy person. I think women look great. I love my wife. But I don't even so much think about that anymore. I don't know how to explain it. It's like everything is being turned over to resisting the tyranny. It is a total driving, dominating force. And I don't know how people out there can claim you're good and not have a burning desire to stand up against thugs and bullies and scum. All right, we'll come back, continue with your phone calls. A ton of information coming up. The enemy has no other choice. They're going to stage something big. I don't know what it's going to be, but their whole agenda is deteriorating fast. But maybe that's the false flag, is the media saying it's racist if you disagree with Obama, then all these dumbed-down people really believe that people that don't want cap and trade and open borders and socialized government health care and gun control are racist, and then it causes street fights and riots. Maybe that's the false flag. I don't know. Now, the globalists do inventive things. But we're taking your calls right now. Let's talk to Andy in Florida. Andy, you're on the air.
Hey, Alex.
Hi.
Hey, I just want to tell you I'm a new fan and new listener and love your show and website.
Thank you, sir. Good to have you on board. What's on your mind?
Well, I feel like an enormous, cloud has been lifted, and I love you for what you've made me aware of, and I hate you for what you've made me aware of.
I know the feeling.
Yeah. Just ask some of my friends that I keep emailing stories to. A couple of different things. Number one is the story that just recently came out, and I'm surprised, and I sent an email to your website that suggests that Obama and Congress should not let the polls guide their decisions. And this was a story written in Inside Politics Daily, and I emailed it, that basically is saying that, the president and the government should not really listen to any polls or public opinion because the public opinion is fickle and contradictory.
Now, what's the headline on that article? Because what's the headline on that? Because I want to see it. That's a very sophisticated point and very hard for me to explain. But in essence, that is true. George Washington did some things that were very unpopular, and then it was borne out later that it was the right thing to do, not going against the British with the French during his first administration, because the country was barely on its feet, and it had promised to be neutral in its treaty. But they were burning stuff out front of the White House, and they were going crazy and, really trying to overthrow the government, and French operatives were inside the U.S. trying to overthrow things, and he didn't. Then a lot of other people got mad at him because he wouldn't crack down on them. He kind of took a thing of saying, I'm doing the right thing. I don't care if this is unpopular. Now, what he was doing was constitutional, though, and it was following his pledge. It's different with Obama because all he's done is lied about his pledges. So now his approval rating is plunged because people are angry at him lying and betraying them. And the people on every issue just so happen to support what the Constitution and Bill of Rights show. So the federal government on every issue of wars and NAFTA and GATT and cap and trade and health care and gun control, the government's going in the opposite direction of the Bill of Rights and Constitution, and the people are going with the Bill of Rights and Constitution. So, and it's generally like that in history, because what's in the Bill of Rights and Constitution is good. I mean, people can say it's not perfect, but it's better than anything else anybody ever created. These men were geniuses, top philosophers. I mean, blow away the Greek and Roman philosophers, and I've read them all. Now, maybe it's because it's in the English tongue and originally written in that, I understand it better and not in the Latin. But the issue is these were amazing people, a cut above the cut above, the creme de la creme, the creme de la creme of the creme de la creme. And they knew what they were doing. And so, but see, that's a spin, like Obama is moral. Obama's sticking to his guns, doing what he knows is best. See, first he goes with the mob rule democracy idea of, hey, if 51% want it, tell the 49, get out of the way, you're AstroTurf, we're going to tread on you. And if you come out with a don't tread on me, we're going to punch you in the nose and call you the N-word. And they're all, yay! You know, I mean, that's basically what he's saying. Now that he realizes that it's clear that everybody's turning against him, they're like, well, we're going to stand and do what we know is best, even if you all hate us. So now he's trying to pull a fake George Washington, which actually, if you acted like a true leader and actually stuck with something, people might actually like, but only if he was doing something good. He's doing something bad. I mean, is that what you're getting at here?
No, absolutely. I think it's also propaganda that's being created now to discount the various protests and town hall meetings that have been happening. It's basically saying, well, yeah, this is kind of serious, but, you know, our leaders shouldn't really, you know, listen to anybody.
No, great point. Very astute point you've made. Appreciate the call. We'll be back with more calls.